The Aggies, the Jazz, the high schools. If it's the sport you care about, we're talking about it. The Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Eric Frandsen, Ajay, Salvesen. 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Streaming online, 1069thefan.com. So you can also find our past episodes. Or you can find them in wherever podcasts are found.
Yeah, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. It's so fun to be able to, I don't like listening to myself talk, but it's fun to be able to go back to other shows and listen to them on a long drive or something. But
you like listening to me talk then?
Is that what you're saying? Stupid stuff, yeah. We're not being mean to me and bullying me on the radio. Hey, this whole Patrick Chung thing you heard, I'm a Patriots guy, right? He's been caught with cocaine in possession of cocaine. There is rumor that the cocaine was left inside of his house.
It was planted?
Yeah.
Wasn't his?
Yeah.
So the story there is that there was an alarm that tripped.
Mm-hmm.
And so police came to go check it out. And then they had probable cause to go into the home, which that hasn't been revealed what that was. But while they were there, they found drugs that, yes, are not good. And so it's just kind of a strange thing that's happening just today, right?
Yeah.
He just signed a pretty big deal with the Patriots.
Dude, I don't get it. Like, we can have these great seasons from September to February, but we just can never have a normal offseason. I hate it. I absolutely hate it, dude.
He'll be arraigned next Wednesday. But I guess this happened. The charge or the incident happened in June. He was indicted in August 8th. But yeah, there was what's called a call for service. And so officers, looks like an alarm tripped, so they went to go check it out, saw something which gave them what they can say is probable cause to give them entry into a home without a warrant. And while they're there, hey, what's this white powdery substance? That's not legal.
Yeah, so there's rumor that it might have been planted. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I mean, just what the frick, though, man? Get some new friends. Put a lock on your house. Figure it out. Gal.
So it's going to be hard for him to prove if it's not his then, right? That's what they're trying to say?
Yeah, he's in trouble. It doesn't matter. It's still in his house. It doesn't matter. He's still in trouble. Hey, by the way, Taylor Swift album comes out tomorrow. I am excited about this.
I'm going to say who else is in trouble I think I'm in trouble.
Why? What did you do this time?
No, I think my run of luck is probably run its course.
No, don't. Stop it. Knock it off. Well, you've won 8 in a row. Don't give me this whole, hey, everybody show pity on me because I won 8 in a row.
I know, I'm just saying.
You're trying to flip
the law of averages.
The sympathy from me to you because you won 8 in a row.
We'll get into that a little bit later on.
Dang well, right, we will.
Team USA with a nice win over Australia early hours this morning.
106-82?
102-86. Yeah, just flipped that.
Donovan wasn't great offensively, but really spectacular defensively.
Right. Did a lot of other things to help his team. So there's been a lot of high praise for his game.
Do you feel like, so you remember
13 points and no rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block.
You remember, so on every great team of the Team USA, they've always had that go-to guy, right? 92 was Jordan, 08 it was Kobe, 12 it was LeBron, 16 it was Durant, 20 we'll see. But in this FIBA World Cup team where there is no stars, is it Kemba or Donovan that when you need that bucket, you need a big-time bucket, are you going to Kemba? Or do you actually have the confidence to be able to go to Mitchell?
Well, I think so far in the early goings, it's Kemba.
Yeah, as it should be, too.
As well as he performed against Spain and as well as he performed again.
Well, in the second half.
In the second half, but still. And Team USA will face off against Australia again this upcoming Saturday. It'll be early in the morning, 5:30 Eastern. Oh, no, sorry, it was 5:30 Eastern time for this one. Their next game will be Saturday, early morning hour time.
Wait, what time's game Saturday? Sorry?
I'm pulling it up.
Oh my gosh, Eric, you closed the page and now have to freaking reload it, don't you? We've really got to work on that.
No, I didn't close the page.
You closed the page.
I did not close the page.
You did.
Just wasn't on the page that I was on.
Hey, why did Justin Johnson unfollow me on Twitter? What did I do? Coach J. Dude.
We're also going to get into, we talked about this Las Vegas betting club that set the win totals for different teams in the Mountain West. The Athletic, they haven't really set win totals, but they've given their predictions for order of finish in the Mountain West. And additionally, they're way too early bowl game predictions. Where do the Utah State Aggies fit into that mix? They do have them going bowling, but where? So we'll get into that as well coming up today, this hour here on the Full Court Press.
Yeah, you're not going to like the thoughts from the Athletic. Let's just put it that way. Let's start with. So we just talked about, FIBA World Cup team, Team USA, NBA. ESPN did their win-loss totals for each team, and they have the Jazz in fourth with how many wins again?
52. A game ahead of Los Angeles Lakers and a game behind the Houston Rockets.
So give me your top five. Who's the top five on that list? You have it?
In the
you
other room.
Son of a gun. Gosh dang it, Eric. I have to do everything for you. I swear. It's just, it's too easy. All right.
No, so they have...
I can't find it. Oh, there it is.
The Houston Rockets were at number 3, 53-29, a game ahead of the Jazz. The Clippers, a game ahead of them, and really in a tie with the Nuggets, but they have the Nuggets at number 1. That surprises me.
Yeah, you need to lay off the peanut butter M&Ms. The Denver Nuggets will not finish first. Okay, you know what? If the Denver Nuggets finish first in the Western Conference after the end of the regular season, Eric, I will buy you a steak dinner at a place of your choice. Mark my words. If the Denver Nuggets finish first place, or you know what? No, forget you. If the Denver Nuggets finish first place in the Western Conference, the first person to approach me in person and say those exact words, they will get a steak dinner if the Denver Nuggets finish first place from me of a place of their choice in April.
Wow.
So they have to come up to me and say, you said that they finished in first place. Who? Denver Nuggets. At 50, what's the record? 54-28.
54-28. But here's what's odd. So ESPN put this list together with their win-loss totals for all these teams. Denver at the number 1 team in the West. The highest team in the NBA, they have them as the Milwaukee Bucks at 57 wins. And even Philadelphia, they have them projected to have more wins at 55. But when they polled the people who participated in this to put this together, they asked them, write down your 3 most likely title teams. And they gave them a weighted point total. And they have 1 through 7 listed. There are only 7 teams that appeared on this list of people who put this together. Denver is not even one of those.
Yeah.
The Jazz came in at number 7. So they were probably 3rd on one person's list. But the Clippers are number 1. But the widest margin.
Yeah, I would say.
So it surprises me that I get what Denver did last year. They won a lot of games. They didn't make a lot of changes to their roster.
But
so by
they
just
added
maturity and experience,
too.
you'd think this would be right. And they did make one addition. That this should be a pretty good team coming back next year. And I'm not saying that Denver's a bad team.
This is a more loaded Western Conference than it was last year.
They will not be the number one team.
I think Houston finishes ahead of Utah. I don't. Oh, I think they're
Houston's
so loaded,
going to be
dude.
a train wreck.
Oh, I really hope you're right. I would love to see it. I really, honestly,
they might be a playoff team, but they're not a home court playoff.
I pray that you're right. That'd be so wonderful to watch explode. But I just don't think when you have two guys who are capable of scoring 50 on any given night, terrifies me to death because the Jazz can't stop them. So I had the Jazz finish behind Houston, the Clippers, and I had one more team.
Did you have the Lakers ahead of them?
No, I had Lakers. I had Lakers like at 6th.
Portland?
Yeah, I think it was Portland, actually. I think the fact of Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum still scares me to death. I had the Pelicans.
With a healthy Yusuf Nurkic, that could be still a really, really good team.
Yep. And by the way, with Kristaps back and
Luka Doncic,
Dallas
should be
an interesting team. Like they have the Spurs at 43-39, Portland at 47-35. This is from 8-1. 49-33 are the Golden State Warriors at 6. 5th, Lakers 51-31. 52-30 is the Jazz. Yeah, 53-29 is Houston. 54-28 is Clippers. And then Nuggets, again, same record, but win the tiebreaker. Clippers are going to win 60 games. I think the Rockets will come close to 60. I think Denver finishes behind Utah at like 7th.
I think Denver.
I still don't think Denver's that great.
I think Denver will be a good team. I just don't think they're going to be the number one team.
They got beat by Portland, man. Didn't they, in the playoffs?
Portland beat Oklahoma City.
Well, Portland, but then who did they...
And then Portland faced Golden State in the next round.
Who did Denver lose to? Houston? I don't remember, man.
No, because Houston knocked off the Jazz.
Okay, well then who? I can't even remember who beat Denver. And what round was it? Oh, jeez.
Pulling it up.
Here we go again. Oh, fetch. Hold on, everybody. Hold your water. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Oh, that's preseason. Son of a biscuit. They don't have a playoff. Yeah, they do.
What?
It's not even showing up. I don't know who they played. They played somebody and they lost. This sucks. I don't remember who it was. Anyways, but the problem again, I can't even look it up.
Doesn't matter.
What you say? Yeah.
So Denver didn't have a lot of attrition. They didn't trade away major pieces. I get that they've got a lot of experience coming back, and it'll be a growing time for them. Jokic he really is a great player, but I think just the way that the Jazz match up with them, that I would love to see them in a playoff. But I think that the moves that the Jazz made are more significant, and so I see the Jazz as higher than Denver in this grand scheme of things.
Yeah, Portland beat Denver last year. I thought so. There. Y'all. Told you Portland beat Denver. You wouldn't listen to me.
Well, because Portland was in the Western Conference Finals.
Bingo.
With Golden State.
Yes.
That's right.
No, and what is the Eastern? I didn't even look at the Eastern Conference either.
According to this listing?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had
I'm kind of interested in this.
Milwaukee Bucks at number 1.
Okay.
Then followed by Philadelphia at number 2.
Wow. Oh, jeez. Okay.
Milwaukee with a 57-win team. Philadelphia with a 55-win team. Then there's a drop off. Boston at 48.
So they have Boston third then.
Boston at third. Indiana at fourth. Brooklyn Nets fifth.
Holy cow.
Toronto, Miami, and Orlando would be your top 8 teams.
Okay, so I take Brooklyn and I drop them down to 8. I'd move Toronto up one spot. I moved Indiana's better than Boston. I put Indiana above Boston.
I wouldn't.
Why?
Actually, I see Boston pretty appropriate.
Third?
You lose Kyrie Irving, yeah, but you're bringing Kemba Walker on who can score and distribute, and he's not going to be a cancer guy. And half their starting lineups with Team USA right now. So they're getting great experience together.
That's true.
So I actually think Boston's going to be a very dangerous team next year. What will hurt them more than anything is Al Horford being gone, and Enes Kanter is not a replacement.
Toronto over under 6. They're at 6. Is that what you said?
They're record-wise tied with the Nets, but they have Toronto at 6.
See, there's no way, dude. Brooklyn's going to be worse than that. Brooklyn's not that good.
Brooklyn's an improving team.
When Kevin Durant returns.
Even before Kyrie and Kevin Durant showed up. They were a playoff team last year.
The only reason why they were a playoff team is because of D'Angelo Russell.
And Dinwiddie and a few other guys.
You're going to say Jared Dudley, weren't you? You're going to put Jared Dudley on that list.
No. But, I mean, he didn't hurt him.
He didn't help him that much either. Yeah, I don't see Brooklyn being a contender until Durant gets over. Gets over his injury and comes back.
Tanking teams in the East, the Knicks, the Hornets, the Cavaliers, the Wizards. Tanking teams in the West, primarily Phoenix and Memphis.
See, they got to do something.
Not a lot of love for Oklahoma City.
They got to do something. I mean, because the Eastern Conference just loads up for this kind of crap. Cleveland, New York, it's got to stop, man. You have to make a roll. You cannot be in the lottery, or at least in the top 5 lottery, 2 years in a row. That would force teams to have to, do something about it. Because the Knicks being in the lottery back-to-back, and the same thing with the Cavaliers, being in the lottery that many years in a row is starting to become kind of a joke.
Well, I think the way that the NBA tweaked the draft lottery this last year...
I don't think it helped.
It did a little bit, and so I think that it's not such appealing for teams to race to the bottom. Other publications have put out some similar things, as we talked about the other day, this betting group in Las Vegas put together what they predicted to be the win-loss over-under for every team in the Mountain West. The Athletic is a publication. You have to pay to read their articles. But if you have a subscription, you can see some of the things that they put out there about their early bowl projections and also their rankings of the Mountain West, their predictions. They even do a preseason, or what they think the offensive and defensive player of the year are going to be, coach of the year. So we'll get into that, what they have to say about the Mountain West. Where does Utah State fit into all of that? We'll also get into this thing we do every Thursday where I try to lose, but I just keep getting lucky. We'll see if my luck runs out this week,
though. We're
not
playing this week, dude. We took the week off. No, we took the week off. I ain't
We'd love to have you play along as well.
I'm not playing. Play with somebody else.
6 things we think might happen this week.
Play with one of the listeners, dude.
And shout out your radio if you would agree with Ajay or myself.
Just call in and play for me. I don't want to play.
The Aggies, Jazz, high schools, even the Pee Wees T-ball team. It's the Full Court Press on Sports Talk Radio. The Fan.
Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. Hey, we've had a chance to talk to Jordan Love about this a few different times. He had that opportunity to go to the Manning Passing Academy over the summer. Only a few select quarterbacks were invited to participate. He was among them, And as you might imagine, it was the Mannings, Eli, Peyton, their father, very well-respected quarterbacks, Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. And they get to work out with them and then do different things about the game, learning the game, studying film, becoming better. And it was a good experience for Jordan Love. And apparently, Jordan Love was on Jim Rome, nationally syndicated radio show. Also streams, it's on CBS Sports Network. On some of the things that they, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they simulcast his show. You can watch it. But Jordan Love was on with Jim Rome and talking a little bit about that experience of being able to go out to the Manning Passing Academy and what he learned from that.
One of the things that you did in the offseason, Jordan, was you went to the Manning Passing Academy. What was that experience like, and what were you able to take away from it?
Yeah, it was a great experience, just being out there with Peyton, Eli, and then also just all those other college quarterbacks. I mean, it's just great to be around those guys. You learn a lot. I was able to learn a lot from Peyton and Eli just on just how they approach the game and watch film in the off-season and throw with the receivers and stuff like that. So definitely learned a lot from that.
Yeah, see, when you think about Peyton Manning, that's one of the first things that always comes to mind, how he watches film, how much film he watched. You know, you've said that since the academy, you want to increase your knowledge of the game even more. So how much have you changed the way you study film based on what you learned from your time with Peyton?
Yeah, just from learning how they watch it. Peyton, he was saying that, I mean, he watches every game he's about to, of the opponent that he's about to face. So it's definitely just opened my eyes a little bit more to just show me that I could watch more film. And I've been trying to do that so far in Wake Forest, just trying to watch a little bit more, being able to see all the looks that they're going to throw at me. So it's definitely elevated my game.
So that's something that he said to us before.
Yeah, I feel like he's on that like robotic repeat mode. He's done so many interviews. And he's just like, if I just say this will get me through. No.
But that was what he emphasized too with us.
Oh my gosh, he did
the film study and
yeah,
really doing the homework.
And really, he's right. Like Peyton Manning, a lot of his preparation came not on the field, but in the film room. Like, and the way I think Peyton said it one time in an interview. Like he would almost memorize formations, go onto the field, and be like, "Oh yeah, on film, I saw that." Yeah, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, and you're going to do this. Okay, well, we're going to counter with this, and we're going to score. Sure enough, he would. And I think that's, if Peyton can teach Jordan, I'll call him Joe, if Peyton can teach Jordan those things, Jordan can be able to go to line of scrimmage and not feel like he hasn't seen something before.
Yeah, so cool opportunity for him not only to be invited to those, that kind of an event, an opportunity, but also to get that kind of national attention. And he continues to get it. I mean, there was another couple of publications this week that put him on their watch lists. So any offensive watch list out there, Jordan Love is on. Now the question is, can he go out there and perform to deserve to be on those lists?
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be a lot of pressure on him because of some of the changes that happened with the new offensive line. Some of the key wide receiver targets are gone. So it's really going to be a lot on him to kind of bring it all back together again and keep this thing rolling. More of it's on his shoulders, whether that's fair or not. That's a reality.
Well, that's what happens when you're the quarterback, right? If you win, you get the credit. If you lose, you're going to get the blame, and you're going to get every bit of the blame. And that will be the case here, especially for the hype he's got. Now, with that, he also has a tougher schedule than last year. Tennessee Tech's not on your schedule. New Mexico State is not on your schedule. San
Jose State
is not on your schedule. Instead, they're replaced with teams like LSU, Wake Forest, Fresno State on the road, San Diego State on the road, Boise State at home, BYU. So you have to be able to make and Nevada is going to be another good team. So now you have to be able to not only perform, but perform well against really good competition with a humongous, sizable target sitting on your chest. They're coming after you. They want to shut down the Mr. Heisman Award watch list, Manning Award watch list, Maxwell Award watch list, Davey O'Brien watch list. They want to shut you down. So, hopefully they're up for it, especially that offensive line, man. Especially that offensive line.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see what this team looks like in a week from tomorrow, right?
Yeah, yep, week from tomorrow.
Let's head out to Wake Forest.
I really need AJ to just call that game by himself so I can go watch the USU game.
So that leaps us into the discussion about the Mountain West as a whole. The Athletic is another one of those publications that put together their own lists and who they think is going to win the Mountain West and who's going to be doing different things in their order of finish in their own divisions. So they're predicting their championship game will be between Boise State and Fresno, with Boise State coming out on top. Their Offensive Player of the Year, Cole McDonald at Hawaii. Defensive Player of the Year, David Woodward at USU. Coach of the Year, Jeff Tedford at Fresno State. And the dark horse team is Hawaii. That really surprises me. So in the in the Mountain Division, they have Boise State number 1, followed by Utah State at number 2. And basically, what they're saying about Utah State is what, Ajay, you just indicated. The schedule is much more complicated and more difficult this year than it was a year ago.
Still don't think they're right, though.
But they're betting on a strong defense, which could really help carry the team.
So they have them third, is that right?
They'll have Utah State second in the Mountain Division.
Yeah. Huh. Cole McDonald, we're going to find out how good he is with the schedule they got. Speaking of tough schedules, his is laced with Pac-12 teams. So, we'll see how good he is.
Here's what they had to say about Cole McDonald. They said that last year he battled injuries all season. I guess he had internal bleeding, or he had like a tear. So they're saying that he as a healthy player will be really, really good and very dangerous. And I guess he strained, not a tear, but he strained his MCL and had internal bleeding in his side. He was a good quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He looked really good.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have a lot of support, but he also was prone to throw the ball into places where he shouldn't.
Yeah, we figured that out. Against some of those throws he made against Utah State, you're like, I think it was, who was it who had the pick? Was it Woodward? I think who had a pick against him. And he threw it like right at Woodward. I don't know what he was looking at. And I don't think he was pressured either. He just made a really dumb decision and threw it straight at Woodward's numbers. And I think Woodward was even caught off guard by it. Like, what in the... Okay. And he threw another call. I mean, he made some weird throws in that game that made you just shake your head. But then he made some great... I'll tell you who looked really good in that game and who made Cole McDonald look good throughout the season is John Ursula, who now plays for the Seattle Seahawks. That guy, by the way, is balling out in Seattle and is going to make that roster. He has been something else.
He's a great athlete.
Oh, I've enjoyed watching him in preseason. I think he's really impressive. But Cole, I mean, if his line can't give him time, he's going to crap his pants and he's going to make some really bad throws. And I think that's going to be the case again this year. I think you're not. I don't think he'll be Offensive Player of the Year.
He passed for just under 3,900 yards, 36 touchdowns, and most of his wide receivers are coming back. But
intriguing.
Yeah, I think he is a quarterback that might put himself in dangerous situations too, trying to keep a play alive.
Yeah.
That could get him in trouble.
Yeah. We don't play them this year, do we?
No.
I mean, that could have been interesting.
So besides how they ranked the teams, by the way, they're not very high on Bob Davie They think he probably is on the hottest coaching seat in America.
He should have been gone a year ago, if not earlier.
There's
than
been
that.
a lot of controversy there.
Yeah.
With some of his personal things that he's been doing and with players.
Yikes. I don't know how he still has a job, man. It's amazing.
But they also put out their way too early bowl predictions.
Oh, jeez.
And as we already indicated, they think that Boise State will beat Fresno in the Mountain West Conference Championship game.
Which would send them to Las Vegas,
So
right?
that has them in Las Vegas. They actually have them paired against USC. Which could be interesting.
I'd be okay with that matchup.
They have Fresno going to the Cheez-It Bowl. That's in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
Facing off against Stanford.
I'd be okay with that matchup.
That would be interesting.
I would be okay with that.
But the Utah State Aggies, who could be the number 3 or number 4 team, depending on how this plays out, as they're predicting, they have them going to...
Please don't tell me they're going to... No.
January 3rd.
New Mexico? No!
Idaho Potato Bowl.
No! Please, no! 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 Send me to New Mexico. Send me to Arizona. Do not. I swear. Do not.
Boise on January 3rd.
Who?
How exciting is that?
Who?
They have Utah State going to that
our
bowl
opponent.
game. Oh, the opponent, NIU. So that's Northern Illinois. San Diego State, which is probably the number 2 team in the West Division. I'd much rather take where they're going. They have them projected to go to the Armed Forces Bowl in Fort Worth, Texas on January 4th.
Versus who?
Minnesota.
Oh my gosh, wait a minute. So we'd finish in 3rd and have to go to Idaho? And then they send San Diego State to play Minnesota?
Yeah, in Fort Worth, Texas.
Who's
a recruiting hotbed?
Okay, anybody else from Mountain West make a bowl game?
So Nevada...
Oh.
They have them going to the New Mexico Bowl.
Good for them.
Squaring off against Louisiana Tech. And they have Hawaii at their own bowl game against Tulane on Christmas Eve.
Wait a minute. If Hawaii's playing in their own bowl on Christmas Eve, where do they have BYU going?
Actually, I left one out. They also have Wyoming going. So that would be 7 teams of the Mountain West.
So then that eliminates
Wyoming
an independent
going to the
spot.
Arizona Bowl.
Well, then that eliminates an independent spot then.
Yes. That's correct. So, according to The Athletic, BYU does not go bowling.
Sure.
They do not have a place for BYU.
Good for them. So where do they have Utah?
Utah, they have high hopes for Utah. They have
I
Utah
imagine.
going to the Rose Bowl in Pasadena.
They haven't won in the Pac-12 championship. Who do they play? Ohio
Penn State.
Who?
Penn State.
Penn State, huh? Not Michigan or Ohio State. Penn State. So then, wait a minute. What does the college football playoff look like?
So let's see. So here's the New Year's Six bowls. They're saying Clemson would be number 1, scoring off against Oklahoma, number 4. And then at the Fiesta Bowl, it would be Georgia, number 2, versus Alabama, who would be number 3.
Where do they have Ohio State and Michigan going in this?
Ohio State would be in the Orange Bowl against Syracuse.
Oh, jeez.
And you said Michigan? They have Michigan going up against Washington in the Holiday Bowl in San Diego.
That's going to get Jim Harbaugh fired. That's going to get him canned. There's no way Michigan would do it. Oh, my heavens.
So they're saying that they would be the fourth team out of the Big Ten.
Wow. Yeah, BYU going, huh?
No.
Because remember...
No BYU.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Eric. 6-6, doesn't guarantee you a bowl game. It only qualifies you to be an entry into a bowl.
It only makes you bowl eligible. Doesn't mean you're guaranteed anything, correct? And the Mountain West has done some things because that's the advantage of having a conference, because you have a conference commissioner and others in that office that can go to bat for you.
Yeah.
And the Mountain West had a team get left out last year.
For BYU and the Idaho, man, that still bugs me.
And so the Mountain West has tried to do some things here since then to guarantee that if you are bowl eligible and you're in the Mountain West, you have a tie-in. You have somewhere to go. But again, this is according to The Athletic. They put it together. Stuart Mandel going through all the different bowl games, considerations of where these teams might finish. And he has Utah State going to the famous Idaho Potato Bowl on January 3rd.
God, I swear.
Facing off against Northern Illinois.
Yeah, I swear if that happens. What a horrible day for that bowl game.
I think that some people, especially national pundits, I think they see the geographic location and think, oh, sure, Utah State fans will love that because it's so close. I don't know that it's always the case.
It's not the case.
It was early on.
Sure, it was
when Utah
fun.
State started to become a bowl team.
It was fun.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was a great place. Fans could drive up there.
Yep.
And it was great attendance and it was exciting. But after doing it a couple of times,
just gets
it's like
it's redundant.
Can't we go somewhere else?
Yeah.
Can we do something different? Boise in January does not sound very fun. Fort Worth in January, that could be something entirely different. All right, coming up next here on the Full Court Press, 6 things we think might happen this weekend. I'm just going to put it that way. 6 things we think might happen. And we'll weigh in on what we think, how it might take place. Invite you to play along as well.
I'm just going to purposely try and lose.
Maybe that'll help you win.
I know, that's why I'm going to do it.
Go against your gut.
Yeah, watch what some of my pick 6 are going to be. You're going to like this edition. You're going to love it.
I can't breathe. All right, that's coming up next here on the Full Court Press.
It's the Full Court Press, weekday afternoons from 4 to 6 on Sports Talk Radio, 106.9 FM, 1390 AM. The Fan.
Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen. It's the Full Court Press. Streaming online, 1069thefan.com. That's where you can also find the links to participate in our Preps Pick'em contest presented by Locker 42 in the Logo Shop. And you go select the teams you think are going to win. And there's the bonus question. So if you did your selections earlier in the week, you might want to log back on because there is the bonus game where you pick the score. It's kind of used as a bit of a tiebreaker, but you select what you think the score is going to be between Bear River and Box Elder. So hop on there and check that out. Create your account. If you logged in or if you participated with us in the spring in our college basketball pick'em tournament, then just use that same username and password and you can get in. But new prizes every week. And this week it's $200 to Cache Valley Auto Care for oil changes. Really nice prize there for whoever gets the highest score after week 2. So let's get into the 6 things we think might happen this week.
Oh,
since Ajay has kind of an emotional reaction if I use any other way to describe.
Someone else play. Someone call in right now. It's 435-752-1069. Someone else come play, Eric. And if
we should have guest pickers sometime.
I know, that's what I told you that at the very first of this dang thing, and you said, well, let's see how it goes first, so you can freaking just wallop me for 8 straight weeks. Okay, now that you've done it, let's shut it down. Let's hey, someone call in right now. Seriously, please. 435-752-1069. Call right now and pick 3 things of over-under lines, and then you can play Eric. And if you lose, you owe Eric some. If you win, Eric owes you something.
They will not owe us, any of us, anything.
They will. I'm not paying up for them freaking being crappy at their game.
If you're going to defer to have someone pick for you.
I don't have to play for that.
Or for me.
No.
We still have to come up with.
No.
Then we have to be more.
More what?
Selective of who we may choose in our stead.
No, if Ryan Bohm, if you're listening, calling right now, 435, somebody right now. In fact, I think there's somebody calling, 435-752-1069. Yep, they're, now?
No.
Anybody?
Nope, not now.
Okay, well, while you're reading off your lines, look at the phone.
Still not. You can see it blinking if it's calling in.
435-752-1069, calling right now, please.
Don't let Ajay off the hook.
Please.
So, 6 things we think might happen this week. All right, I'm ready. Do you have yours?
Yes.
Are you
go.
ready?
Yes, sure, whatever. Someone calling 435-752-1069, calling right now.
Okay, Ajay, you go first.
No!
You don't have yours ready. You don't even have anything prepared, do you?
Yeah, I do. How do you know?
Because I just asked you to give yours, and you're just sitting over there like you.
I want somebody to call in and play for me, so I don't have to play, so they can owe you a treat. 435-752-1069, call in and play the game. Is there anybody calling?
No.
Dang it! You guys never
They
come
don't want to
through. I
let
need
you.
the most.
They're not calling because they don't want to let you off the hook.
Never come through for me ever. Fine. Okay, here we go. Cole McDonald on Saturday, 325 passing yards and a half. Over under.
How many passing yards?
325 and a half passing yards. Over under.
325 passing yards and a half.
No, stop it. That's not what I said.
That's what you said.
Okay, well, I missaid it.
In the game?
Yes, I just said 325 and a half passing yards versus Arizona.
Oh, 325 and a half.
You fetch.
I thought you said in a half.
No. Yeah, well, it's in a half.
Like in the first half and the second half? Okay.
It's your turn.
Wait, we haven't said. Let's see, 325 and a half. They're playing Arizona.
In a game.
In the game against Arizona on Saturday.
325 and a half in a game versus Arizona. You're gonna totally just reword this and twist it so it goes against me.
I'm trying to write it as you are saying
you
it. Make sure I get it right.
You son of a gun.
I'm going to take the over.
I ain't playing this game. I don't want to play anymore.
I'm taking the over.
Oh, well, good for you. I'm taking the over, too.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
15 and a half points on Saturday versus Australia. Over or under?
I'm going to take the under.
I'm going to take the under.
Okay, what's your third one?
Now I need to make up one. I got one. Eric Frandsen, 3.5 wins and pick 6. Over under.
What does that even mean?
So you win 3.5. It's 3.5. Over under.
3.5 of the 6 things?
Yeah.
3.5. 3.5 wins.
Pick 6.
I'm going to take the under.
I'm going to take the under.
You're just copying me.
This game isn't fun anymore.
Okay.
It used to be fun when I was winning.
All right, Team USA, team assists.
Okay.
Versus Australia.
Okay.
18.5.
What are you taking?
I'm not telling you until you say first.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the under.
What? Don't try to throw
it. Ben Roethlisberger yards.
You fetch.
At the Titans on Sunday. 81.5.
Under.
And go over.
You're such a fetch. I hate you. hate you.
The Battle of the Sky this Friday. Skyview at Sky Ridge.
Battle of the Sky. Oh, my gosh.
Bobcats by 3.5.
Newbold, if you're listening, you got your opening intro. Wait, what was the line again for what?
Bobcats by 3.5. Skyview at Sky Ridge.
Under.
Skyview by 3.5.
Under.
I'm going to take the over.
I hate you so badly.
What?
Don't tell. You know exactly
You're
what you
just
were doing.
copying everything I did.
You're throwing it.
Cole McDonald passing yards against Arizona this weekend, 325.5 yards. We both took the over. Donovan Mitchell at 15.5 points, under. I will get 3.5 wins this week, under. Team USA team assists versus Australia at 18.5. I went under, you went over. Ben Roethlisberger yards at the Titans at 81.5. I went over, you went under. And Skyview at Sky Ridge, Bobcats by 3.5. You went under, and I went over. So that's our pick 6. We'll post it online on the 1069 The Fan Facebook page. You can see it, vote on it. Also share it on our personal Twitter accounts as well and share your thoughts. How would you vote? That's always fun. Please do that. We think it's fun to see if you agree or disagree with us and why. So please do that. We'll be sharing it online here right after the show. Some final thoughts coming up next here on the Full Court Press.
I'm so depressed.
It doesn't matter who you root for. The Full Court Press has all the high school sports covered. The Full Court Press. Connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, and online at 1069thefan.com.
Welcome back to the Full Court Press. Last little bit with you before we hand it off. The Packers and the Raiders are in an exhibition game going on tonight. Starts here shortly. Games in Winnipeg, which that's cool, right? To take the game in other unique places. We've talked about that in other sports. But they'll be playing it on a shortened field because they're patching some of the turf in the end zone. Also, the Packers have announced that no starters are going to play. So it could be maybe a little more pointless game than originally thought it was going to be. The high school football games continue tomorrow. It picks up again. Bear River at Box Elder, Skyviews at Sky Ridge, Green Canyons at Bonneville, Logan hosting Stansbury, Riverhawks at Cypress, and Mountain Crest hosting Wasatch. We'll go through it all again tomorrow, how you can follow all the teams and listen to them wherever you are, and we'll have it all for you tomorrow right here on the Full Court Press on 106.9 and 1390 AM, The Fan.